And that'll help universities and athletic departments that are really hurting.
Yeah. So many scenes on college campuses that have tried to reopen, if I might put it this way, party, which has led to coronavirus infections and campuses having to close. What steps are teams going to take?
Well, they're going to have to make sure, and in large part trust, that thousands of young men in the prime risk-taking years of their lives, according to psychologists, adhere to health and safety protocols like social distancing, mask wearing, and not going to those campus parties. Many coaches will tell you football players have to be disciplined to play the sport, and that should carry over in the players adhering to protocols. We will see. It's going to be a challenge. There are outbreaks on campuses. The latest count had 21 games canceled so far.
And let's take a few seconds. In Major League Baseball, regular season is winding down. There was a time when they thought it would have to be canceled because they had to cancel a lot of games, but they did manage the season.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't easy. Less than a week after starting up the season in late July, you had a huge outbreak with the Miami Marlins, who I should say recovered and made the postseason, as did both Chicago teams, Scott.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but more of that later. But baseball responded, sent out a stern warning that those who don't adhere to protocols will get fined or suspended from the season. You had bunches of games postponed. You had double headers to help reschedule those games. And yesterday, the 26th straight day, the coronavirus testing resulted in 0 positive results among players. So baseball can now head into the postseason starting Tuesday, breathing a little sigh of relief, but not time to celebrate.
And I just got a note. Gale Sayers left us this week. I'm going to get a little emotional. Most extraordinary running back in NFL history for a short career. He's athletic and blazing, a storied figure for his friendship with Brian Piccolo. And as you know, Tom, our oldest daughter wears his number 40 years. He was an adoptive father for much of his life, a real advocate for adoption in African-American families. This was a great guy.
Great guy, an amazing player. Amazing that he left such a legacy as a player after really only 5 seasons. Still the youngest player ever inducted into the Hall of Fame at 34.
And Chris Tunfolden, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Wash your hands, wear a mask, and get a flu shot. If you won't listen to us, what about Rita Wilson? The actor, producer, and songwriter is recovered from COVID and is helping to spearhead the Race to 200 Million campaign. They have to get people over the age of 50 to get a flu vaccine, and she's got a new song. Joins us from the West Coast. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's good to be with you. Last March, you and what's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. I'll Google it. In any event, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling so well. Fortunately and gratefully feeling so well.
There were some rough moments, I gather, though, from what I've read.
Yeah, COVID-19, not fun to have it. For me, it was worse than I thought it was going to be. It started out just achy and feverish, and it kicked in for me much worse on about day 8.